Hi, cousin. Um, I am going to show you how to do all the stitches for the pattern you're working on. And that way you can work through the pattern. I'm going to show you using the pattern itself, so that way you see the whole thing. Please be nice, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I just love you, and I love knitting, and I'd love to see you learn how to do it too. So let me show you. When you start, mine looks a little messy, but this is the yarn I was telling you about from Hobby Lobby. It's nice and soft and squishy. When you start, it's going to tell you on the very first part of your pattern, it says to cast on 132 stitches. But before that, okay, wait, let's start here. It tells you need a size 8, 29-inch circular needle, and the circulars kind of look like this. I don't know if you can see them all. I'm recording from above myself, so I can't see my camera if I could get it all in there. But this is what a circular needle looks like. It's just 2 needles, and they're connected by a cable in between them. Mine is only a 20. Do I have a 20? Mine is only a 20-inch. I'm not going to be doing the whole 132 stitches. I'm going to reduce my pattern so it still matches your pattern, but less stitches for me. But this is a size 8, so this is the size you'd be using. So what the stitches look like on mine are going to be what it ends up looking like on yours too. So that's the needles we're using. When you're casting on, it says cast on 132 stitches. That's the very first instructions. Casting on just means putting a bunch of loops. Basically, it's going to look like just a bunch of loops on this needle. And I'm going to show you how to do that so they stay. First, though, you want to take your yarn. You're going to take this ball, and you're going to pull out enough yarn from your end to have what we call a long tail. So I recommend that you pull out about 72 inches. You need about you're gonna want about 12 inches for every 20 stitches. 132, that's gonna be 6 times the 12 that you need to pull out there. So I would say start about 72 inches. That should give you plenty of room. And once you've pulled them all out and you've got your loose tail here, you've got all the yarn pulled out, drop it all to the front of you. Mine is going to be a little different in length than yours, because again, I'm working a different length. But all that yarn, so the loose end, the end that is not connected to the ball in any way, shape, or form, it's completely loose. That end, and it doesn't look like it because it's long, but that end is going to go above you. The end that's connected to the ball is going to go in front of you. Loose end connected to the ball. You're going to take this in the middle right here, and I'm going to wrap it around my 2 fingers. So I'm just wrapping it. Literally no full wrap, just lay it over, let it fall under, and use these fingers to hold it. And then I just take these fingers and I hold it down like that. I don't know if you could see that. So above my thumb and my pointer, with the loose end facing this way, the end to the ball facing this way, right around my fingers. And then I have them wrapped under. So again, I just put it around, I tighten it, and I wrap my finger and let it go. And now what I'm going to do, the very first stitch is going to be different than the rest of the cast on stitches. To start it, you're going to put your yarn right above, and you're going to just put it under, so it's like that, and wrap it. So you're making a little loop on your needle with that. We do it again. I'm going to go from above, and I'm going to go under and around it. Above, under, and just back up. So above it, around, and back up. Now you're going to have that on your knee. Keep these hands just like they are. You're going to have this wrapped around. Now this is what the rest of your stitches are going to look like. This counts as number 1. You need 132. So number 2 is going to be your yarns like this. You're going to take this needle and you're just going to wrap it under your thumb. So I'm taking it from above and I'm just wrapping it under this, not the whole thing, sorry, under the thumb. And then you're going to come around this yarn that's on your index finger and you're going to go above that yarn and then bring it back through the hole that your thumb is on. Let it go and pull it through. I cannot see my hands. I'm looking at the screen weird, and it's hard to do it if you don't look at your hands. So it's going to go, you're going to pull it back, and right here we're going under the yarn, bring it back up, and then this one we're going to go over the yarn and bring it into this hole. Tighten it. When I say tighten it, I don't mean tight. Just barely pull it so it's snug. You see how they're moving around nice and free? You don't want to, I'm going to just show you really quick a tight one. You don't want it to be like that, where this stitch doesn't, you see how the rest are all snug and moving and having fun, and this guy you have to like force? You don't want it like that. So you get that off there because I don't want to work with that later. What happens when you do that is when you go to work into the stitch later to knit or purl into it, you can't get your needle in right, and it just makes everything look messy. So cast on stitch. Again, my fingers are around, loose end, the end connected to the ball on this side. I'm gonna go, I'm just pulling my needle this way, and it's going around my thumb underneath here into that hole, and then I'm bringing over and straight back through the thumb. So under the thumb, over the index. Over the thumb, or under the thumb, over the index. And you see they all move very freely. Under the thumb, over the index. Under the, there you go. Under the thumb, over the index. I'm just gonna keep doing that. Let me see if I can get a little closer for you. Under the thumb, and then over the index. Under and over. Again, under and over, and draw it through. Under, over, draw it through. So we need 132 of these. When you count them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I have 13 right now. Mine, I'm going to do 48 of these. You're going to keep doing this for 100, and so when you count all these loops on top, you have 132. So under thumb yarn and over the index yarn, and then bring it back through that, see that thumb hole, you're bringing it back through it. And pull it, but not tight, just nice and snug. And then again, this is the weirdest angle. Through and under, and then snug it. Again, through, under, over, and then through. Under it, over it, and then through it. And you're going to do that 132 times. And my bracelet is hitting the edge of this little cup. That's annoying. Go forward more. Over, under, under. There we go. So it's under, over, and through the hole. Over, under, and through the hole. Over. There we go. Under, over, through the hole. Under, over, through the hole. Okay. And you're just repeating that 132 times. So right now I have now 2, I cannot see my hands, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, wow, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. I need 48. 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to pull some yarn out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 50, and I need 48, so I probably went 2 over. I always do that, but that's okay. So I'm just going to count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, 32, 40. Did I really just count 40? So I need 8 more. 1, 2. Oh, my bracelet's gonna get on my nerves. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one's a little tight. Loosen it a little. And then 8. So there's our 48. And then I'm going to come back, and that's how it looks right now. It's just 48 little loops on my hook. I'm going to come back. Once you've done 132, watch the next video, and we'll start on the actual pattern.